How's it going, guys? My name is Ishaan, and in this video we're going to be doing a quick technical analysis of GME or GameStop stock. The stock is down almost 80% from its highs of almost about 500, and now it's down all the way to 94. So I know a lot of you guys are wondering if the stock is bottomed and if it's time to buy. So we're going to be covering all of that in this technical analysis. Zooming in on this 1 month chart, we can see that the stock had resistance around this 375 level and support around this $220 level. What ended up happening today was that we actually ended up gapping down from this $220 level all the way to about 155, and now the stock is at 93. We ended up finding support around this, $73 level, which is also a previous support it had around that area a couple weeks ago when it was in the initial stages of the rally. And even going to the max chart and taking a look at the max chart, it was also the all-time high before this recent rally. As you can see right around here, right around this level right here, this was the all-time high prior to the stock running up. So it's turning that previous resistance it had in that area into support, which is a pretty bullish sign. Now, if we do end up breaking below the $73 level, this stock could easily be heading to about 50, where it had previous support in this area when it was starting to run up. Like as we saw in December, the stock ran up and pulled back down and found support around this $52 level. So that's another area where the stock might find support if it breaks below 73. So now you guys are probably wondering if the stock has bottomed. So what we're going to do real quick is first take a look at some of the things that are kind of bearish, and then take a look at what the stock needs to do if it wants to continue higher and break this downtrend. So one of the very bearish things right off the bat is that the stock has been struggling to break above the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is this blue line, and it's used to see which way the stock is heading. If the 9 EMA is pointing up, the stock goes up, and if it's pointing down, the stock goes down. And essentially the stock can also find support and resistance on the 9 EMA. Taking a look right over here at the top, we can see how the stock was holding the 9 EMA. It broke above, and the 9 EMA line, which is the blue line, was acting as support. But now, as we can see, what's been happening for the last few days is that the 9 EMA, which is the blue line again, has been acting as resistance. Anytime the stock pushes up, the 9 EMA is right there to push the stock back down, and that's what was also happening today. The 9 EMA was holding the stock down, and so that is a pretty bearish signal. So if the stock continues to stay below the 9 EMA, that would signify that the stock will continue lower as well. And then the other big thing you got to think about is that many people are down a lot. So many people have bought up here around the $400 to $300 level. I know a lot of people on Reddit are saying they have iron hands or diamond hands, something like that. But you got to remember, when you're down that much, it's hard not to panic and sell. And there's a potential a lot of people who bought around this area end up panic selling and adding even more fuel to the selling pressure, which causes the stock to further drop. So you gotta be really careful here. But now let's take a look at what the stock needs to do and what you need to be watching for if you want to be going long and you want to buy. This will equip you with the knowledge and what to be watching out for if you're planning to buy, so that you make a smart decision and don't end up getting trapped and losing a lot of money. So the first thing right off the bat, going to the first 1 month chart, is that we need to see the stock continue to hold this $73 level, because if it breaks the $73 level, this stock is heading to 50. So that's why one of the very important things you need to see right now is the stock for it to continue holding the $74 level. The next thing is that you want to see the stock to start to reverse. We can already see that the RSI has already come pretty low. The MACD is starting to reverse, as well as we got a MACD cross right over here, with the MACD line crossing above the signal line. The MACD line is the red line and the signal line is the green line. So usually that is also an indication of a reversal and a move higher. Overall, this looks pretty bullish, and so we need the stock to continue to hold the $73 level and break above the 9 EMA and stop turning it into resistance, because then only will a reversal happen. If we also go back to the 6-month chart, we can see that the RSI went from about like, what is that, 100 all the way, and now it's down to about close to 30, and 30 is usually a signal of the stock being oversold. As well as we can see the MACD is starting to reverse as well, which again is a pretty bullish sign. It hasn't completely turned the corner, but overall, if we can continue to hold the $73 level, the stock has the potential to bounce and bounce a lot, because I could see the stock heading all the way back to 225, which would be about 100% return from where it's at right now. And the reason for that is because it has a gap to fill over here. As I said earlier, the stock gapped down from about 220 all the way down to 155 earlier this morning. And what you'll notice a lot of the times in a lot of stocks is that they will try to fill the gap. As we can see, the stock has a big gap over here. Another reason why this is my price target is because it had previous support here, and as we know with technicals, and this is just classic technicals, is that stocks love to turn previous support into resistance. So this support that it has around this $220 level, by pushing up here, it would also turn this previous support level into resistance. And if you'll notice, a lot of the times that is almost just classic technicals, turning previous support into resistance. That is something I could see happen before the stock ultimately heads back down below 100. So that's why that is my price target. But again, things to keep in mind is that we want to see the stock break above the 9 EMA. We want to see the stock continue to hold the $73 level, and with that, we also want to see buying pressure begin to stack up. Because another thing, if you'll notice, is that the volume has died down quite a bit. Look, if you look at the volume has dropped down all the way really low. We got some buyers stepping in here today on this massive dip, but apart from that, the overall volume has dropped quite a bit. And until we see a resurgence, and you know, this is partly in blame because of Robinhood, and it's pretty messed up what the situation is, but if we see them begin to resume trading and allow people to continue to buy as many shares as they want, then we could definitely see the buying volume step up and push the stock up all the way to 215. So make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want to learn something new and support the channel, be sure to check out the Gen Z Trader Academy. It has over 5 hours of no fluff trading videos, including everything from technical analysis to fundamental analysis, and this will really help increase your profitability on your trades by being able to spot when to buy and when to sell. So be sure to check out the Gen Z Trader Academy, link down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, clocking out for now. Peace.